Liverpool have been planning for the future for a long time, but one question is now becoming impossible to ignore. What happens when Mohamed Salah is no longer at Anfield? For years, Salah has been the heartbeat of Liverpool's attack. Goals, assists, big moments, records, he has delivered everything. Even after signing a new contract last season, recent events suggest that the end of an era may be closer than many fans expected. His time on the bench, reported tensions behind the scenes, and growing interest from the Saudi Pro League all point in one direction. Liverpool must be ready for life after Salah. This is not panic. This is preparation. Under Arne Slot, Liverpool have already shown that they are thinking long-term. The club spent heavily in the summer, bringing in elite talents like Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz. The age profile of the squad has improved, and there is a clear vision to build a team that can grow together for the next 5 years or more, just like the legendary core of Olise, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, and Salah himself. Successors are already being lined up in key areas. Robertson's long-term replacement has been identified. Olisen's future is being protected, with Giovanni Leone showing, even on debut, that he has the calmness and quality to become a dominant figure once he fully settles and recovers from injury. But one role remains unresolved, and it is the biggest one of all, the right-wing position that Salah has owned for nearly a decade. Replacing Salah will never be easy. Players like him do not come around often. But Liverpool are not looking for a copy. They are looking for the next difference maker, someone who can decide matches at the highest level and carry the attack into a new era. If Richard Hughes, Liverpool's recruitment chief, is serious about keeping the club at the top of European football, there is one name that stands above the rest: Michael Olise. Once seen as a gifted but inconsistent talent at Crystal Palace, Olise has taken his game to a completely new level since moving to Bayern Munich. This season, he has been devastating. Goals, assists, creativity, confidence, it is all there. Statistically and visually, he now sits among Europe's most dangerous wingers, alongside names like Lamine Yamal, Vinicius Jr., and Kvaratskhelia. What makes Olise so special is not just the numbers. It is how he plays. He is direct, fearless, technically brilliant, and comfortable under pressure. He can beat defenders one-on-one, create chances out of nothing, and score from tight angles. Most importantly for Liverpool, he has already proven himself in the Premier League. He understands the pace, the physicality, and the demands of English football. At Bayern, playing alongside Harry Kane, Olise has sharpened his decision-making and become more ruthless in the final third. Germany has helped him mature. He is no longer just a talent. He is a complete attacking weapon. The big question, of course, is whether Liverpool actually have a chance. Bayern Munich do not sell easily, and Olise is clearly enjoying life in Germany. However, reports suggest that he would not rule out a return to the Premier League if the right club came calling. According to Team Talk journalist Graham Bailey, Olise knows there is interest from across Europe. While he is happy at Bayern, a move back to England is something he would consider, but only for one of the world's biggest clubs and only for a massive deal. This is where Salah's situation becomes crucial. If Liverpool decide to cash in on Salah, especially with Saudi Pro League clubs ready to offer huge money, that sale could fund a move for Olise. It would be a bold decision, emotional for fans, but strategically sound. Liverpool would be exchanging a legend nearing the later stages of his career for a winger entering his prime, capable of delivering at the highest level for many years. Under Arne Slot's system, Olise could thrive. His intelligence, work rate, and attacking freedom fit perfectly with Liverpool's style. He would not be asked to be Salah from day one, but he would be given the platform to become the new star of the team. Liverpool want to compete for the Premier League and the Champions League every single season. To do that, they need players who can win games at the very highest level, not just now, but well into the future. There are very few right wingers in world football who tick every box. Michael Olise is one of them. The fact that he would even consider a move to Anfield makes this conversation very real. Liverpool are not just planning for tomorrow. They are planning for the next 5 years. And if the Salah chapter is coming to a close, Michael Olise could be the perfect player to begin the next great Liverpool story. The decision will not be easy, but big clubs make big calls, and this one could define Liverpool's future. Liverpool's January transfer plans are already heating up, and the story is getting more dramatic by the day. After spending huge money on their attack in the summer, many fans thought the Reds were finished in the market for a while. But football never follows a straight line, and injuries have once again forced Liverpool to rethink their strategy much sooner than expected. The club invested heavily in the forward line before the season began, bringing in Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, and Florian Wirtz to refresh and strengthen their attacking options. The idea was clear: depth, flexibility, and goals from different positions. However, those plans were disrupted this week when Isak suffered a serious knee injury that required surgery. With the Swedish striker now facing a spell on the sidelines, Liverpool are not taking any chances. They are actively looking for reinforcements when the January transfer window opens. One of the main names linked with Liverpool is Bournemouth winger Antoine Semenyo. His pace, power, and direct style make him an attractive option for a team that likes to play quick, aggressive football. However, this potential deal is far from simple. Manchester City and Manchester United are also monitoring Semenyo closely, and that competition could make any move expensive or complicated. Liverpool are aware of this, which is why they are keeping alternative options ready. According to reports, one of those alternatives is Atletico Madrid forward Alexander Sorloth. The Norwegian striker has found himself in an unusual situation in Spain. On one hand, his form has improved under Diego Simeone, and he has delivered important goals when called upon. On the other hand, he is still not a guaranteed starter. Despite making 22 appearances this season, Sorloth has played just over 1,000 minutes, with only 10 starts. That lack of regular football is becoming frustrating for a player who wants to be on the pitch every week. Liverpool sees Sorloth as a possible short-term solution. He could provide cover through the middle, especially as an alternative to Hugo Ekitike, and help the team cope with Isak's absence. The Reds are reportedly considering a loan move, which would reduce risk while adding experience and physical presence to the squad. At 30 years old, Sorloth is not a long-term project, but he could be a very useful option during a demanding second half of the season. Interestingly, Sorloth has already shown he can perform on big occasions. He started against both Liverpool and Real Madrid earlier this season and even managed to score against Real Madrid, proving he can handle pressure at the highest level. In the summer, Atletico Madrid were said to be open to selling him for the right price, and clubs like Newcastle United and Fenerbahce have also been linked. Reports suggest Sorloth's main desire is simple: regular football. Another name on Liverpool's shortlist adds an extra layer of intrigue. Former Atletico Madrid forward Memphis Depay is also being considered. Depay is a familiar face to several Liverpool players, including Cody Gakpo and Virgil van Dijk, thanks to their time together with the Dutch national team. That existing chemistry could make his transition to Anfield smoother if a deal were to happen. Memphis is currently playing for Corinthians in Brazil, but his contract runs out in the summer. He is reportedly open to a short-term deal, which fits Liverpool's current needs perfectly. While he is no longer the young prospect he once was, Depay brings experience, creativity, and versatility across the front line. For a team facing injuries and a packed fixture schedule, that kind of profile is very appealing. As January approaches, Liverpool are clearly preparing for multiple scenarios. If their top targets become too difficult or too expensive, they have alternatives ready. Whether it is the physical presence of Sorloth, the versatility of Depay, or a move for Semenyo if the opportunity arises, the message is clear: Liverpool will not sit still. For fans, the coming weeks promise plenty of drama, rumors, and debate. The Reds want to stay competitive on all fronts, and smart decisions in January could define the rest of their season. One thing is certain: Liverpool's transfer story is far from over, and the next chapter could arrive sooner than anyone expects.